Hi everyone, and welcome to San Myshuno for the first part of my city living let's play. In this series, we'll be following the lives of three friends who have just left their parents behind in Windenburg to make a life for themselves in the city. The first sim we have here is Cyrus Fox. Ever since he was young, Cyrus has had a fascination with great works of art. During his time in high school, Cyrus took as many art classes as he could to learn as much as possible about art history. He hopes to someday become a renowned art critic at San Myshuno, which is known for its art district, and not only does he admire works of art, he's also a bit of an artist himself. However, he prefers a less traditional medium than painting on a canvas. Next is Josh Lachman, who has been Cyrus's best friend since he was a child. Josh has always shared the passion his mothers have for music and dance, and is already pretty accomplished as a dancer and a DJ. While he's pretty comfortable on the dance floor or behind the DJ booth, he's had a hard time getting up the confidence to pursue another form of music he's interested in, singing. He feels he has a good voice, but he just needs to get over his nerves to let his true voice shine through. He's also very savvy with social media and is hoping to boost his online presence to help out his music career. Lastly, we have Nicole Harris, who is also Cyrus's girlfriend. For years, Nicole has dreamed of following in the footsteps of her father, who is a prominent politician in Windenburg. Her father actually offered her and her brother a leg up in their political careers if they were to stay in Windenburg, and while her brother took the offer, Nicole refused. She's a truly good-hearted person and wants to be the most honest politician she can and would rather start at the bottom and move up on her own merit than take a head start that she feels she hasn't worked for. We'll see if her idealistic nature will be able to get her to where she wants to be, or if she'll have to go against her morals to rise to the top. Nicole and Cyrus are actually high school sweethearts, and they're your typical case of opposites attract. Nicole is a perfectionist who was raised in a household where she was always told to be on her best behavior so she wouldn't risk making her father look bad. Cyrus, on the other hand, grew up with a free-spirited mother who always encouraged him to seek out adventure. Nicole grounds Cyrus and inspired him to take his studies more seriously, while Cyrus pushes Nicole to take risks and try new things. It didn't take long for the two to fall deeply in love with each other, and Cyrus never doubted that he wanted to spend the rest of his life with her. That is, until he moved to San Myshuno. Shortly after beginning his new job at the local newspaper, he met Chloe Martinez, another aspiring critic. Chloe is a fellow free spirit and gets him in ways that he feels Nicole doesn't, and while he loves Nicole very much, they don't always see eye to eye, which sometimes causes arguments. Cyrus can't help but wonder if the problems he has with Nicole would be gone if he were to date someone who's a little more like-minded, or if this is a case of grass being greener on the other side. So we're back here at the apartment, and before getting into things, I should probably introduce myself just in case any of you are new to my channel. So my channel name is The Tide's Changing, but you can also call me Ashley if you want. And on this channel, I mainly have Sims content, and I do both building videos and Let's Plays. And in my Let's Plays, I like to have a storytelling element, which not everyone may like, but it's just what makes the game more fun for me. And this series is actually a spin-off of my Get Together Let's Play, but we aren't picking up right where we left off. I'm actually picking up about 20 years in the future, since when we left off, Cyrus was just born in the last part, and he's about 20 now, and since so much time has passed, you don't really need to know everything that happened in that Let's Play, but I'll explain anything I feel you need to know. And before moving on, I wanted to show their traits and family trees, because each of these Sims have family that is placed throughout the various worlds. So I'll start here with Cyrus, since he's kind of like our main Sim. So I'll just begin by showing his family tree because there's a whole lot there on both sides of his family. So we have his parents, Maya Fox and Charles Mahmood, and unfortunately his parents aren't together and haven't been for a while, which may be sad for those of you who watched them fall in love in my Get Together Let's Play. But when I thought about who these Sims were and what they've been through, it didn't make much sense to me that they would still be together. That felt like it'd be too perfect. So a little background on Maya, for those of you who haven't seen my Get Together LP, is that she's always feared commitment, especially when it comes to relationships, and when she was a teenager, she tried to date two guys at the same time, which ended badly, and those breakups, along with some other things that were going on in her life, led her to move to Windenburg. And for years after that, she lived a fairly hedonistic lifestyle and had a lot of flings and avoided getting into relationships. However, as she approached her 30s, she realized that all of her partying hadn't gotten her very far in her life, and that she hadn't accomplished much. She then turned her focus to her passion for photography, and something that really led her to change her life was her father passing away and leaving her his bakery. She wanted to do her best to keep his business going strong because she knew how much it meant to him. And sometime after this, she met Charles and fell for him and decided it was time to settle down and asked him to be her boyfriend. This was a huge deal for her. However, while she began a relationship with him, she knew that she didn't want to get married. That was a commitment she told herself she would never make. When she talked to Charles about this, he said he was cool with it, but really he wasn't, and figured that someday she would change her mind and that they would get married. But while she didn't want to get married, she still wanted to start a family, and Charles did too, which is how Cyrus came to be. And Charles has very traditional and controlling parents, especially his father, and they believe that you should get married, then have children, and aren't very open-minded to that order being changed. And he knew his parents might not be very happy with him and Maya having a child before marriage, but he figured they might cut him some slack since he had always been the favorite out of their 3 kids. Unfortunately, he was very wrong about this, and his parents were relentless in pushing him and Maya to become married. Maya stood her ground, and her and Charles began to argue constantly. He wanted his parents off his back, and began to feel like her reluctance to get married meant that she didn't see a future with him. And between their arguing and his parents constantly telling him what to do, it became too much, and the two of them broke up while Cyrus was very young. Which is actually what his parents wanted, since they didn't like Maya very much and felt like she wasn't good enough for their son. They liked her when they first met her, but after a while, yeah, they just stopped liking her so much. They thought she was a little bit too wild for him and all that. But actually, I should show his parents. So yeah, his father is Samir Mahmood and his mother is Alina. And a few years after they broke up, he met his wife Amira, and the two of them now have 2 children together. So yeah, here's Amira, and then they have 2 children, Zayn Mahmood and Yasmin Mahmood. So Cyrus has a couple of half-siblings. And before things got really serious between Amira and Charles, Cyrus came over to visit him frequently, but Amira eventually put a stop to that. She could be jealous at times, and didn't like that Charles had a child with someone else and wanted to pretend that Cyrus and Maya didn't exist and that her and their children are the only family that he has. And Cyrus has always been hurt by this, and the fact that his grandparents also want little to do with him. They're getting very old, and he's hoping that at some point before they pass on, he could get to know them better, since they're the only grandparents that he has. And he also has some other family on his father's side, so let me show them really quick. He has an aunt and an uncle over here, so he has his uncle Raphael, who is married and has a kid as well, and then he has an aunt Saba. She isn't married, she's just kind of living the single life. I think I moved her into an apartment here in San Myshuno, or maybe I didn't. She might just be free-floating, I'm not sure. That's about it for his father's side. He did also have a great-grandmother who he knew briefly. She passed on when he was pretty young, and she also wasn't really too fond of him because, unfortunately, most of his father's side of the family just kind of likes to pretend that he doesn't exist, which definitely does hurt. But getting back over here to Charles, I should show his mother's side of the family. So yeah, Maya's parents passed on a while before Cyrus was born. Her father was passed on when Maya was in her late 20s, and then Maya's mother, Lynn, passed away when she was very young. Unfortunately, the game called her ghost, so there's nothing here. But while he didn't get to know any of his mother's parents, he did have, I guess you'd call her a step-grandmother named Zara. And even though she wasn't blood related to him, she didn't care about that. She treated him like he was her grandson. The two of them were very close. So he was really sad when she passed away. And he also has his Uncle Finn, who is Maya's half-brother because he's the son of Zara and Kevin. And Cyrus really looks up to Finn. Finn is pretty much his role model. He emulates him in any way he can. Like, Finn wears glasses, so Cyrus got glasses. He has 20/20 vision. He doesn't need glasses, but yeah, he got fake glasses just so he could look more like his Uncle Finn. And his Uncle Finn's also pretty high up in the art critic career, so that was another reason why he wanted to become an art critic, so he can be more like his Uncle Finn. And then Finn also has a wife named Josephine, who's more eccentric like Finn, because Finn's just a very eccentric and hip guy. Even though he's getting into his middle-aged years, he's still very hip. And they also have a daughter named Juniper, and Finn is just pretty close to their whole family. He goes over to visit them pretty frequently, so in one of the next few parts, we'll probably have him visit their apartment and see how they're doing. And he also has his Uncle Lee, who lives with his husband Chase. They don't have any kids because Lee doesn't like children. He just never really wanted to have children, so they never did. And he also has an Aunt Kim, who I might have accidentally killed. I did not mean for her to be dead in this Let's Play, but when I was setting it up, I used cheats to age the Sims up to where I wanted them to be, because I did not have the patience to play through the equivalent of 20 years passing. So what I did was I just put in the cast.edit full edit mode cheat, and then I just switched them to the age I wanted to be. And unfortunately, when you do that, there's a chance that'll make them just about to die, so as soon as you hit play, it just kills off a bunch of Sims. And it took me a while to realize I had done that, and by the time I realized that I had accidentally killed Kim and her husband Elf, I had already done a whole bunch of setup, spent so much time on it that I didn't want to redo it, so I just rolled with it. They both were scientists, so I could see them having potentially died in some experiment gone wrong, so we'll go with that. And Kim and Elf also have a son named Orion, who is Cyrus's cousin. And Orion actually lives in this apartment complex across the hall from them, so I'm thinking that maybe we'll have him visit his apartment soon, maybe in this part. But I think that's it for, I think that's it for all of Cyrus's family. Yeah, that was, sorry, that was a little long-winded. There's just a lot going on with his family. So really quickly, before moving on to the other Sims, I want to talk about his traits. So he is childish. He's not immature all the time, but he can be a little bit immature from time to time, and he has this tendency to think, gee, I wonder what would happen if I do this, and he just tends to do stupid things when he gets those thoughts, so he gets himself into a little bit of trouble with that. He's also an art lover, of course, and a vegetarian, which is one of the new traits that came with this expansion pack. And for his aspiration, I gave him the city native one, so I'm really looking forward to exploring that and getting to know the city a little bit better. And, oh yeah, so the trait that comes with that is home turf, so the Sims become happy when they're in their home neighborhood, which for these guys is the Spice District. But that's enough about Cyrus, so let's move over to Nicole Harris. So she's active, very into fitness and exercising, so she's probably gonna be our main basketball playing Sim. She's also good, which is why she wants to be such a morally grounded politician, doesn't want to accept bribes or anything like that, just wants to be the best person she can be. And I think she might discover that that's a bit harder than she thinks it's going to be. Like, she might have to do some things that go against her beliefs to get to where she wants to be, or maybe she won't, we'll see. And she's also a perfectionist, and then her aspiration is the friend of the world one, which is a little boring, but I couldn't really think of one that would have been better for her. That just felt like that was the best fit for her. And oh yeah, so let's show her family tree. She doesn't have quite as much going on with her family tree. We just have her parents, William Harris and Carla Harris, and her brother Raymond. And her brother's at level 5 of the political career because of the boost that their father gave him, which Nicole refused. Their mother's a pretty successful doctor, and then her father is a representative, so he's pretty high up in the political career, has a lot of power. And she likes to think that her father didn't do anything bad to get to where he is, but he's probably done some shady things that she doesn't know about. But I think that's it for Nicole. So moving over to Josh. He's outgoing, music lover, and he's also flirty. He's been in a few relationships, but they never lasted very long, didn't really go very well, and he's not really sure why. He just, and now he's just not really focusing on relationships that much. He's just focusing on his career and his passions and all of that stuff. So yeah, romance just isn't a huge focus in his life, and for his lifetime aspiration, I gave him the party animal one, so we're probably going to be having him throw a bunch of parties here. I might change that though, because I'm not sure that that's really the best thing for him. I don't know, might change it. But let me show his family. So Cyrus is the son of Candy Bear, now Candy Lachman, and Charlotte Lachman. Charlotte was one of the Sims in my Get Together Let's Play, and she was roommates with Cyrus's mother Maya years ago. But this wasn't a situation where they became best friends because their mothers were best friends and introduced them. Their mothers actually hadn't talked in years because when they lived together, some drama went down between the two of them, and Charlotte became incredibly upset with Maya and just didn't talk to her for years until these two became friends, and then it kind of forced them to talk a bit. But they're not good friends. They're friendly now, but yeah, they never really became good friends, and their roommate situation was different than what these guys have. They weren't a bunch of good friends living together. It was one of those situations where someone put up a posting saying they needed roommates, and then a bunch of people they don't even know moved into their house. So the three Sims that might Get Together Let's Play hardly knew each other starting out. They never really became the closest friends. The third Sim, Amanda, her name was Amanda, she moved from Windenburg to Willow Creek, and she did keep in touch with both of them for a little bit after they went their separate ways, but after she moved to Willow Creek to be closer to a restaurant, she just hardly talked to them afterwards because she just became so consumed in other things going on in her life. So they all sort of lost contact. But getting back to this, he does have some other family. So he has an aunt named Trina, and then he also has a few cousins. So he has his cousin Jolene, Harold, and Riley. And Riley is really close in age to him. She was just a baby when I ended that Let's Play, so she's a few years older than him. And she also lives in this apartment building right next door to them, so we might also have them say hi to her as well. And his cousin Jolene also has a son named Toby, and she's married. Harold isn't married. He's just, I don't know, he's just doing his own thing. Then let me get back over here. We, of course, have Yuki, who is Candy's sister. She is also married. She has a kid. And yeah, that's it. Oh, and I also forgot to mention that he's really close to his cousin Riley. They hang out a lot, especially now that they live next door to each other. And that's part of why they picked out this apartment, because Riley told them that the one next door to her was empty. But I think that's about it for the introductory stuff. So finally, we can move on from that. Sorry that took a little while. But yeah, fortunately in first parts of Let's Plays, usually spend a bunch of time just talking about The Sims, setting things up. So I moved them into this really cheap apartment that was in the Spice District. I just wanted to have them start here because I really want them to start from the bottom and move their way up. I didn't do any renovation just because I really wanted to get into the gameplay, and plus they don't really have much money for renovating anything, and I don't want to use money sheets. But I did add a few things in. I took out the dresser that was here and used one of the new ones that came with City Living. And I also gave Josh his own computer in his room because he is going to try to become an online personality or well-known online personality. So I figured he should have his own computer, and then Nicole and Cyrus have their own over here in their room. And I also gave them a video game system since that is one of the new things that comes with this expansion pack. So I just wanted to add that in to try it out. But once I earn a little bit more money, I'll probably renovate this place a little bit, or maybe just renovate a different apartment and move them into it so they can get out of this one, which looks like it has some mice here. So I don't know if we're going to start seeing those. This apartment also has the needs TLC traits, so things are going to probably break down pretty frequently. But if I remember correctly, I did give Nicole a boost in her handiness skill, because I did give these guys I did make it so they had a few skills established, because they are young adults, so I mean, I figured during their teen years they probably would have built up some skills. So yeah, she actually is at level 4 of the handiness skills, so I'll probably have her try to fix things if they break, or we might just call the landlord. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, for being one of the cheaper apartments, this place actually is not that bad. I mean, they've got a pretty nice bed over here in this room. And then Josh's room isn't quite as nice. He's got this grosser looking bed, but still not too bad. Like, I'm surprised at how nice it is. Like, we've got a nice TV too. That's really surprising. The kitchen's kind of crap, but we can fix that later on. Oh, and there's also this. So there's this object that was just food on the floor. And yeah, it looks like that's right here, which is kind of gross. I think they would have done a better job cleaning the apartment before these guys moved in. But I wanted to check, because I think you checked this thing to see. Okay, so I guess there aren't any festivals coming in, which is a bit of a bummer, because I was really hoping that we could check out a festival in this part. But yeah, I don't know if we're going to get to do that. Maybe next time we can check out one. But since we can't do that, maybe what we could do is have Cyrus stop in on... Oh, there's Riley, actually. Yeah, so I was thinking we could have Cyrus stop in on Orion, who I think lives here. And we could have Josh stop in on Riley, who lives over here, see how they're doing. And then if we have time, we could have them introduce themselves to the neighbors who live here, because they haven't formally introduced themselves to them. So in this part, we could focus on getting to know the neighbors that they have better. So first, let's just have Cyrus go over here, and yeah, I guess we'll just have him go over here by himself since it's his cousin. So we'll just have him stop on by, see what Orion is up to. Let's see, congrats on landing that sweet job. Okay, thanks, Dad. I guess his dad heard he got a job. Because yeah, his father still cares about him, even though he doesn't really talk to him too much, or as much as he would like. And the thing is, Charles, his father, is a little bit of a pushover. He tends to just do what he has to make other people happy rather than going for what he wants, like hardly talking to his son just to please his wife. And also, the whole thing with pushing Maya to get married and all of that. Okay, cool. Well, we're over here at Orion's apartment, and yeah, so I don't think Orion's probably not having. Oh, right, I didn't actually have him introduce himself. So yeah, I used a bunch of relationship sheets to set up the Let's Play. Unfortunately, when you do those, you still have to introduce yourselves to the Sims when you first see them. But Orion probably isn't having a very good time in this apartment, because I believe it has the haunted trait, and Orion here is squeamish, so that probably drives him nuts a little bit. There might also be mice here. I don't know if this apartment has mice. Maybe not. It might be a slightly nicer one than what they have. But yeah, he's squeamish. He's also unflirty, and he's just a very shy guy. He's a little bit of a shut-in, doesn't leave his apartment too much. So Cyrus just likes to check in on him frequently to see how he's doing, see what he's up to, kind of encourage him to get out more. So we'll just chat with him a bit, flatter him, and evangelize vegetarian benefits. Okay. Ooh, and I was also thinking it might be good to have him give Cyrus a key to his apartment, because I think that is one of the things you have to do for his aspiration. Oh, so we should probably look at this a little more. So let's see, introduce self to someone new in 3 different neighborhoods, give an apartment key to a friend, order 3 times for food stalls. Let's look at what else there is. So achieve level 3 of singing skill, light fireworks at the Human Hijinks Festival, use a bubble blower. So I was planning on having Josh be the main singing sim, but I guess we can have both of them do singing, because I think you have to max the singing skill. Yeah, you do. Maybe I can have both of them do that. We'll see. Or maybe I'll just have Cyrus be more so the main singer. We'll figure it out. But we also have donate to a protester, kiss someone at the romance festival. That someone will probably be Nicole or maybe, I don't know. Or maybe Chloe. I don't know what exactly is going to happen with this whole romantic situation, but I'll talk about that more later on. And complete a mural. This actually seems like a pretty easy well, actually, no, not easy, because this whole thing's probably going to be pretty hard, but I could see him living in the penthouse in the arts district someday. Anyway, I want to see how we can give him a key to his apartment, because like I said, he's a little bit of a scaredy cat. So you know, we might want to give him a key to our apartment so that when he gets a little bit spooked, he can just come over and visit. So I think we're gonna do that. Okay, come on, stop, go talk to him. Ryan agrees. Maybe vegetarianism isn't as intimidating as he thought. Ryan might just grab a bite to eat to see what it's all about. Oh, that's nice. Ryan's just so sweet, so agreeable. Yeah, so these two are pretty... Oh, no, I forgot to set their relationship. Okay, we'll give him a compliment. No, let's not make small talk. I think that might be a new interaction with apartments, like making small talk with your neighbors. How can we... Maybe... I don't know if you have to be friends with Sims to give them a key or not, because I honestly haven't played too much before starting this, but I did watch the broadcast that they put up and, you know, try to learn as much as I could before going in to play this. Yeah, I still don't think... oh, read note. Someone left... Did Orion leave that? Let me see what that says. Where have all the good times gone? They're here, and you're invited to join us to enjoy them. Wait, what? Is someone having a party? Is that what that means? I don't know. Maybe these guys are having a party. I'm not sure if Orion put that up or this guy did. Okay, so back to talking to him. Let's compliment his outfit. I guess he looks pretty snazzy. Tell a dramatic story. Have a deep conversation. Yeah, I really want to figure out how to give them a key. So, I mean, I would think it would be in the friendly interactions, but I might have to get to know him a little bit better before we can give him the key, but... Yeah, I really want to do that eventually, so we can just have, like I said, have Orion drop by when he gets a little bit spooked by the ghosts in his apartment. Yeah, I'm still not seeing it, but when I have Josh go over and visit Riley in a little bit, I could probably have him give Riley a key since they are pretty close. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure they have to be friends before doing that. So I think I'm going to switch over to Josh pretty soon. I think we've seen enough of Orion here. Oh, there we go. Yes, we can do that. I really want to do that before we leave. And yeah, we'll have Josh go ahead and give Riley a key to their apartment as well. So we might have a lot of people dropping by. Okay. Oh, let's get a picture of this. Our first giving out of keys. There we go. He looks happy about that. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's go and switch control over to Josh, and I'll just leave Cyrus there to chat with Orion for a little bit. Okay, so we're here at Riley's apartment, so let's just go ahead and knock on the door to see if we can get in. And her apartment has gremlins, so she doesn't really have the greatest apartment either. But yeah, here she is over here watching some TV, so we'll just go ahead and, right, we have to do this again. Okay, so we'll just go over and chat to her. And as you can see, the two of them are very close. So we'll just get right to it and give her an apartment key. I'm sure they have a key to her apartment. So we'll get a picture of... Wait. Okay. There we go. Yeah, so now we'll have some people dropping by. Let's give her... Oh, they can also revoke it, too. That's interesting. So I guess maybe if they... Oh, she can give an awkward hug. That's... Wait. We can't do anything... Okay, good. Yeah, I thought for a minute, I was like, no. She's your cousin. You should not be able to do any kind of romantic interaction, but I guess that they could just do that interaction even with family members. Yeah, I guess you can revoke the apartment key if they're stopping over a little bit too often. I can kind of see Orion being someone who maybe stops over a little bit too often because he just gets spooked so much. So let's express admiration. And yeah, these two just really get along. They're super close. I mean, if she's his closest friend next to Cyrus and she's like his partner in crime, she's very mischievous. I think I gave her the mischief-related aspiration. And I actually don't quite remember what traits I gave her. Oh, creative. Okay, so that's one of them. Yeah, I did. I set up so many Sims that I don't remember all the traits that I gave them. But I know that's the aspiration that she has. So I could see them bringing her along to the Humor and Hijinks Festival. She'd probably be on the Hijinks team. I think Cyrus would also be on the Hijinks team because he's pretty mischievous. I think Josh would be too. And Nicole would probably be on the joke side because she's a good sim. She doesn't really like pranks too much. She kind of gets annoyed with Cyrus for playing pranks on her, which is kind of what starts a lot of their arguments. Oh, let's have them take a picture together. Oh, and I also already signed them up for their careers just so they had that starting out, since I was talking in the intro about how some of them had joined careers already. So I also wanted to take care of these little tasks that they got, so he asked to create a social media profile, and Nicole has to choose to support a cause, and then Cyrus also has to level up his writing skills, so we could probably also have them take care of that. But I think I'm gonna have Cyrus here head home soon because he's starting to get a little bit tired. It looks like all three of them are gonna be getting a little bit tired, so yeah, I think I'll have him head home soon, and then I can have them do the little tasks that they have for their jobs before they go to bed. So we're back here at their beautiful apartment. I'll get Cyrus on. Where is Cyrus? Oh right, he's still over at Ryan's. Well, let's bring him home and have him level up his writing skills. So I guess we could just have him. Yeah, we can have him write a column. That'll help his writing skill. And let's get, or wait, no, looks like Josh is already off to bed. Let's have him get up and make a social media profile that's really quick to do anyway. Because I just want to knock these things out. And then to support a cause, I think we do this, pick cause. So, yeah, since she's a good sim, we should definitely pick something. Well, actually, all of these are good. Yeah, there's no bad causes that she can pick. So what would a good sim like Nicole pick? Maybe choose World United? Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, so yeah, just get out of bed for that. So there we go. So we got that taken care of. Did we get this thing taken care of for him? Okay, no, it looks like he has to write a bit more to take care of that. But it looks like she's already off to bed. Yeah, unfortunately, what is he doing? No, come on, get back. I think he finished that column, I guess. I'll just have him practice writing until... Why did you just walk into his room and wake him up from sleep? Like, wait. Did they... Okay, no. You guys have got the beds wrong. This is Nicole and Cyrus's room, and this is Josh's room. Okay, you sleep here, and then you sleep here. And let me just... No, Josh! Get out of that bed. Okay, I think we got this straightened out. We're just gonna claim this bed, just make sure that's set right. And then for good measure, we'll have him claim this bed as well so that he knows that's where he's supposed to sleep. Cyrus is probably going to be heading off to bed soon. And I think what I'm going to do is have one of them work from home. I'm thinking Nicole because I'm really interested in getting more into the political career. It's bright and early the next morning, and Nicole will be getting up soon to work from home. Cyrus went off to work, and I think we're going to be getting an alarm for Josh soon since he has to work at 9, but let's go ahead and get her up since I guess this thing is telling us to do work stuff. So we have write a letter and get confident, which isn't as exciting as I was hoping we would get. I was hoping that we would get a task of starting a protest, but we'll just write a letter. Yeah, unfortunately not super duper exciting. What can we do to get confident? I forget. Oh, was there like a type of shower you could take? I don't know why I'm forgetting this. Oh, there we go. So now that's going off. So we're just gonna have him go to work. Actually, we could probably have both of them work from home. I think we can manage both of their tasks perfectly fine. So what do we have to do? Do mischief on 5 different sims, level up video gaming skill. Okay, let's have you go ahead and go take care of that. Okay, so I think I figured out how to get her confident. I just had her brush her teeth. Fortunately, she has this moodlet, though, which is stopping her from fully feeling confident. Okay, she's a little hungry. Let's just take a lunch break or breakfast break and get you some food. I don't know, I'm too lazy to have her cook something, so we'll just grab some cereal. And hopefully this goes away. These two things go away, and she'll become confident, and we can take care of that. Oh, they have a little grill out here. That's cool. Yeah, so that's nice that they have this little balcony. Like, this, really, for being in the cheap part of town, this isn't that bad of an apartment. I was surprised when I first saw it. Oh, we didn't even need to eat cereal. He made baked potatoes for us. Okay, go ahead and grab a serving of that. And we should probably have you actually do your work tasks, because you are working from home. You're supposed to be doing this stuff. No, we should let her do her own thing. We'll play Party Frenzy. Yeah, so that's not such a bad thing to have to do when you work from home. Alright, hurry up and finish that potato. Okay, I think you've had enough of the potato. I'm getting impatient. Go play video games. Oh, okay, good. Did we take care of her tasks? Yes. Okay, so we are done with what she has to do. That was pretty easy. I'm guessing it gets more challenging as you level up in the careers. Okay, I couldn't reach your mailbox, but I managed to throw the mail in there. Good luck getting it back out. It's right here. Like, there's nothing in the way. Ooh. So since she's done with her tasks, let's have her go out here and have her introduce herself to, what's his name? Raj. Okay, so we'll have her go out here and introduce ourselves to him since we didn't get the chance to do that the previous day. Oh, cool. Cyrus is home. Nice. Okay, did we go introduce yourself? Come on. What are you doing? Chat with no. Introduce yourself to Raj. Okay, fine. I guess that's not happening then. What are you? Where are you, Nicole? What are you? Oh, okay. She's all the way down there. All right then. Whatever. So how are we doing over here with leveling up our video game system? Or video game skill, actually, not system. Slowly making progress. Yeah. Oh, let's have... So since he's home, let's have him do what he has to do. So we have to have him practice writing. Alright, go take care of that. Man, this is moving up. I don't know if it's just me or if this is moving up really slowly. Did I? No, I didn't. I didn't give him a skill level starting out. So we got that done. What else do we have to do? Mischief on 5 different sims. That should be a little bit more fun to do. So we'll go about here. There should be a bunch of sims out here. So this is a good opportunity to explore the world a little bit, to see who's around. Let's go be a little bit mischievous to this guy out here. So we'll give a funny introduction. Who's this, Robert? Oh, this is Maya's ex from years ago. So this is one of the 2 guys that Maya tried dating at the same time back when she was a teenager. He's a bit older now. He's balding, but we're gonna go have Josh go down here, be a bit mischievous to him, maybe find some other sims to be mischievous to, and hopefully we can get that taken care of before the end of the day. Okay, go, hurry up. There we go, we're magically down here. It's kind of annoying how they don't even have an elevator interaction. So what kind of mischievous things can we do to you? Let's trick with the hand buzzer. Yeah, go take care of that. Stop doing whatever you're doing here. Okay. No. We're gonna trick you with the hand buzzer. Don't go. And why is he not wearing a shirt? What happened to his shirt? I don't know if he just was playing on the skins team in basketball or what. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is gonna happen or not. I think he's just walking away. Okay, so we're just going to give up on that. So, now to find some other sims to annoy us. So we have this guy over here. Oh, wait. This is... Was this one of his? No. Okay, no, that's someone else's relative. That sim is... So in my Get Together Let's Play, there is a sim named Desdemona who was the daughter of one of the sims in that Let's Play. And this is her daughter. But we'll hopefully see Desi around more later on. Oh, is that Charlotte? Oh, that's his mom. Oh, what's she doing here? Okay, so after he's mischievous with this guy, we're gonna have him play a bit of a prank on his mom. I think she'd be cool with that. She's pretty laid back. So we're gonna go over here and say hi to his mom. That's so nice to see her around. So we'll, should we give his mom, we'll give her an awkward hug. He's just an awkward person. Okay, so did you do that? Good, we are mischievous with 1 out of the 5 sims we need to be. We've got an hour left. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do this. Stop talking to this guy. We don't have time for that. Go give your mom an awkward hug. I'm kind of interested in seeing what the awkward hug is like. I don't know if it's any different than a regular hug. No, it's just the exact same thing as a regular hug. That's really disappointing. I wish they had come up with a new interaction for that. So we'll trick her with the hand buzzer. I don't want to do anything too mean to her. Okay, get on. There we go. Yeah, she's cool with that. So we've got 30 minutes to get 3 more sims. So we'll introduce ourselves to this guy. Let's invite him to a fake party or something like that. Okay, take care of that. I don't think we're gonna be able to do this. Oh, cool. Cyrus can now self-publish books, so he leveled up his writing skill. Took care of this. Still working on it. Okay, so we're doing that. Let's introduce ourselves to this guy as well. It's kind of taking up time with having to introduce ourselves to Sims, but I really like the bright-colored sweater that this guy has. So I'm guessing he's one of the Sims around town. I'm not sure. I looked through the households that came with the world a little bit. I think, yeah, she's one of. I think she lives in this neighborhood, but in the other apartment building in it. Okay, so we got the introductions done. Let's go ahead and start a preposterous rumor. Okay, well, I think we can still do it anyway, even though we're past our working from home time. There we go. So we did that. Let's get this sim as well. Yeah, so we just got to do this. And I think, yeah, since they're done with their working from home, I'm just gonna end this part after this. And I think I'm gonna pick up right here in the next part. which will hopefully be up in a few days. Okay, come on, do this. Oh, and also, I wanted to add some Sims that you'll make into the different worlds, just so we have more variety of Sims coming through here. So if you want to, you can make Sims that I can put into the world. I guess you have a couple weeks, because I wanted to add them in before part 5 or whatever the part is that'll be up a couple weeks from this coming Monday. And I usually record my videos a bit ahead of time, so I guess you have a little under 2 weeks to make the Sims if you want to, and you could just make random townies that'll show up around the world that they could potentially meet. Or you could also make Sims that somehow fit in with the story, like you can make childhood friends or exes or distant family members or whatever you want. Because I've actually added in a bunch of Sims like that before, and they've become a big part of the Let's Play. Like in my Get Together Let's Play, someone made his mother Charlotte's ex, and she became a big part of it. Someone also made her sister Trina. So yeah, I really enjoy seeing Sims like that being made. What is this? What is this event? I don't know what this is. Is there some kind of festival going on? Not sure. Well, anyway, I'm going to end this part here, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and bye!